satisfaction, but he was deeply troubled. That's why Jesus wept. Was this his true destiny? Or could he still make changes? Someone else's nightmare into which he'd stepped. Damn, his limitation couldn't save the situation. That's why Jesus wept. His dreams are sort of crusades, and all wars that would follow declared in his name. When he thought he'd been direct, love thy neighbor, do not kill, and turn the other cheek. That's why Jesus wept. And he saw the Inquisition and the burning of the saints, the conversion of the innocent he swore he would protect. And he saw them bless the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. That's why Jesus wept. Peter would betray him, he made him the rock on which to build a church, sort of keep him in his debt. A man about to die is allowed some confusion. That's why Jesus wept. They thought of his disciples, especially of Judas, the job that was ordained for him, the reward he'd collect. And he saw him in the tree with the silver coins around him. That's why Jesus wept. And he thought about the good times when he turned the tables over, chastised the money lenders, and he earned the boys' respect. Proud of godly anger, unashamed of manly temper. That's why Jesus wept. Now rumors started flying about water into wine, and sight to the blind, and it even raised the dead. The biggest miracle was that everyone believed it. That's why Jesus wept. And he mused on human nature, how fickle were the public, so ready to accept him, so quick now to reject. Where were the 5,000 he fed with loaves and fishes? That's why Jesus wept. In his dream he saw a garden with all his friends asleep, and he walked away the hours until the morning crept, and he wondered, would the nails hurt, would he be man enough? And that's why Jesus wept. Was he supposed to bear it like a man or like a god? Would tears show weakness or strength by their effect? Would they be viewed as compassion or failure as self-pity? That's why Jesus wept. They saw his houses burning on both sides of a border, saw the guiltless suffer as the guilty and the rest, and he heard them call his name, and he knew he couldn't help them. That's why Jesus wept. Then he saw two armies marching, and he heard their crucifixes reduced to muted superstitions dragged around their necks, and he heard his name intoned as they lowered their companions. That's why Jesus Jesus wept. Then he thought about his mother and the stories she had told him. He filled his dreams with angels, put voices in his head. Then the scent of pine trees made him think of dear old Joseph. That's why Jesus wept. That's why Jesus